Hello students, in today's class we will learn about the next concept under tax-free income, retrenchment compensation. So which is covered under section 10 subsection 10b of the Income Tax Act 1961. Now we'll see what do you mean by retrenchment. Retrenchment refers to removal or termination of an employee from the organization. So retrenchment means here employee will be removed or terminated from an organization, from his job. Now why these employees will be removed from the job? So there are certain reasons, basic reason for the removal or termination of a job. Why an employee will be removed by the employer from the job? So there are certain reasons, like the termination may be due to indiscipline or might be due to insubordination. Employee will intentionally refuse to employers any lawful or reasonable orders. So that is insubordination. Or maybe the reason completion of project for which an employee was appointed. So here the employee will be terminated maybe because of a completion of a project for which the particular employee was appointed, or might be the closing down of the business. Because of these reasons, an employee may be removed from or terminated or retrenched from the job in the organization. So that is nothing but retrenchment. So here when an employee is retrenched or removed, he will be paid with certain sum of money. So that sum of money is known as retrenchment compensation. So a sum of money paid to an employee during the time of retrenchment, removal or termination from the job, a sum of money will be given to them. So that is known as retrenchment compensation. So now the total retrenchment compensation received by an employee not fully taxable. So as per section 10 subsection 10b of an Income Tax Act 1961, it says that the full value of a compensation, retrenchment compensation received is not fully taxable. So there are certain rules, retrenchment compensation rule. So to certain extent the money retrenchment compensation will be exempt as per the section 10 subsection 10b. Now we'll see what is the exemption given under this section. See the format for computation of taxable retrenchment compensation. So here first we have to take the total amount of compensation received. So the total amount of retrenchment compensation received is not fully taxable. So there are certain exemption given under section 10 subsection 10b. So here there are three criteria. Among these three criteria, the least value will be exempt as per the section 10 subsection 10b. Now we'll see one by one. First criteria is actual retrenchment compensation received, the same value. Next, the statutory limit prescribed as per the section 10 subsection 10b is 5 lakh rupees, 5 lakh. And the third criteria is 15 days average pay for every completed year of service or part thereof exceeding 6 months. So among these three criteria, whichever is least is exempt under section 10 subsection 10b, and the balance is a taxable retrenchment compensation. So the actual retrenchment compensation received, that will be given in the question. The statutory limit we have to take as 5 lakh, and then we have to take 15 days. 15 days means in a month 30 days. So we have to take 15 by 30 into average pay. Average pay we have to take. Average pay is nothing but average salary. So now how to compute this average salary and what is the salary means here, we'll see. Now how to compute this average pay or a salary, average pay or average salary, and what is the salary means for this retrenchment compensation. See here, salary means average salary of last 3 months. We have to take here salary means average salary of last 3 months. Prior to the retrenchment, last 3 months salary we have to take as a average salary. First we have to take last 3 months salary, after that we have to calculate the average salary. Next here salary means for the purpose of retrenchment compensation, salary includes basic salary, that means the last 3 month basic salary, last 3 months DA, last 3 month commission. So here DA with no condition, there is no condition like it should be considered for retirement benefit. There is no such a condition. If in the question if the DA value is given, then we have to include for the salary. Commission also there is no condition of percentage. If commission is given in the form of amount, or it might be given in the form of percentage. If commission is given, we have to include. There is no condition that the DA should be considered for retirement benefit or the commission should be given in the form of percentage. So if DA or commission is given, then we have to add to the salary. Next we have to include all taxable allowances. So allowances, all taxable allowances here we have to add. So allowances is nothing but a certain amount of money will be given by the employer to employee in addition to the salary. So that is mainly for the purpose of meeting certain expenditure connecting to the service of an employee. So that allowances, it might be house rent allowance, HRA, CCA, city compensatory allowance, or traveling allowance, TA, like that certain amount of money will be given to employee in addition to salary, especially to meet the certain requirements connected to the work of a employee, service of an employee. And also we have to add perquisites here. So the perquisites might be any other benefits, non-monetary benefits, or facilities given by employer to the employee. In addition to salary, there may be a certain benefit or facilities given to employee by the employer. Maybe the motor car facilities, like so those benefits or allowances should be added to the salary. But this salary should not include bonus. Remember, the salary should not include bonus or any contribution to retirement fund or gratuity received on retrenchment. So it should be include only basic DA, commission and all taxable allowances and perquisites, but does not include bonus or any contribution to retirement fund or gratuity received on retrenchment. So this is about the salary. So we here average pay, here we have to take the last 3 month salaries, and again for every completed year of service or part thereof exceeding 6 months. So here completed year of service means we have to take even the exceeding 6 months, the day exceeding 6 months. So for example, if the completed year is 23 years 6 months and 1 day, then for calculation we have to take 24 years, means exceeding 6 months, that is 1 day. If the completed year of service 23 year 6 months and 1 day, then we have to approximate as a 24 year as a for the completed year of service. So that is about the completed year of service. So here we have to take 15 by 30 into average pay, that is last 3 months salary, we have to take, and for every completed year of service. So if you multiply, we will get one value among these 3 criteria, whichever is least, and again the balance value will be taxable retrenchment compensation. Now we'll see one of our illustration relating to retrenchment compensation. See the illustration number 1. Deepak was retrenched from service due to insubordination on 31st October 2019. He had put in 16 years and 5 months of service. His last drawn basic pay was rupees 25,000, DA rupees 8,000, CCA rupees 2,000, HRA rupees 3,000, bonus rupees 4,000, and annual motor car perquisite worth rupees 9,600. His annual increment amounting to rupees 2,000 fell due on 1st September every year. He was given a retrenchment compensation of rupees 3,10,000. Compute taxable retrenchment compensation amount. So here with this information we have to compute the taxable retrenchment compensation. So he was received retrenchment compensation of rupees 3,10,000. Now we'll see the question in detail. So Deepak was retrenched or removed or terminated from service due to insubordination. That is on 31st October 2019. So last 3 month salary we have to take. That means October month, it is 31st October, so we have to take October month full, and previous month is September full and August. So August, September, October, 3 months salary we have to take. So the prior to the retrenchment, 3 months salary we have to take. Next, he had put in 16 years and 5 months of services. So that is about completed year of service. So here they have given 16 years and 5 months. So if part of the month is exceeding 6 months and 1 day, then we have to approximate. So now here we have to take only 16 years. You should not include the part of month because it is not exceeding 6 months. So 16 year is a completed year of service. Next, his last drawn basic salary was rupees 25,000. It means that he retrenched from service is on 31st October 2019. So his last drawn basic salary means it is in the month of October. So last drawn, he received his last salary in the month October. So that is basic salary he received 25,000, DA he received 8,000, CCA he received 2,000, HRA 3,000, bonus 4,000. So we have to take 3 months of these salaries. HRA 3,000 and bonus 4,000. So for salary purpose we should not take bonus for the retrenchment compensation. Next, annual motor car perquisite worth rupees 9,600 is given. So this is a one-off perquisite. So perquisite we have to add to the salary, but here they have given annual motor car. So we want only 3-month motor car perquisite. So here the given value is annual. 9,600 is the annual perquisite. We have to convert into 3 months. That is 9,600 into 3 by 12. So for these all we have to multiply 8,000 into 3, 2,000 into 3, 3,000 into 3, like that we have to multiply. Basic 25,000 into 3, like. So for the motor car we have to take, this is a given value is annual value. The remaining are given last drawn means monthly, so we can directly multiply into 3. But here in case of motor car we have to multiply into 3 divided by 12 because the given value is annual. Next, his annual increment amounting to rupees 2,000 fell due on 1st September every year. So this is relating to basic pay 25,000. So he received last drawn basic is 25,000, that is in the month of 31st October 2019. Last drawn salary is 25,000 basic salary. So his increment, annual increment for 2,000 due 1st September every year. It means that in the October month he received last salary is 25,000, and in the September month his salary, he received salary with the increment. That is, if he received 25,000 in the October, in the September month also he will be receiving the same. He received the same value in the September month, that is 25,000. So increment started in the month September. It means that in the previous month, that is August month, he received without increment. So what is the increment value? 2,000 is the increment value. So we have to deduct the 2,000 increment previous August month. Preceding September we have to deduct the increment, and from September increment is added, that is 23,000 plus 2,000 is the increment added. So last 3 month basic will be like this: October, September and August. 3 months we have to take. So in the October month he retrenched or terminated from job. So preceding 3 month means October, September, August. So October we have taken because the given October month is a 31st October. So we have to include 31st October month also. So that is about the basic pay and increment. Next, he was given a compensation amount 3,10,000. So with this we have to compute his taxable retrenchment compensation. Now we'll work out the solution. Write the heading computation of taxable retrenchment compensation for the assessment year 2020-21. So 3 column particulars and 2 amount column. Under that, first we have to take actual retrenchment compensation received. So that is given in the question. He was given a retrenchment compensation of rupees 3,10,000. So we have to take 3,10,000 here. So this 3,10,000 is not fully taxable. So there are exemption given under section 10 subsection 10b. So here, as per this section, we have to take the least of the following 3 criteria. Now we'll see one by one. First one. Now we'll take one by one. First one, actual retrenchment compensation received. That is the value we have to take same we have taken for this 3,10,000. Next, statutory limit we have to take. So the statutory limit for the retrenchment compensation is 5 lakh. Next, third one is 15 days average pay for every completed year of service. Here we have to take. So 15 days means 15 divided by 30. Now we have to compute the average pay. What is the average pay? So prepare a working note here. So salary for retrenchment compensation. So we need to compute average pay here. So 15 days average pay. Average pay is nothing but average salary. So first we will calculate what is the salary means here. So salary for retrenchment compensation, here we should include all the salary given here, that is basic pay, DA, CCA, HRA, but we should not include bonus. Then motor car perquisite we have to add. So all these info we have to add. So now we'll take basic first. So relating to basic salary, they have given increment. So relating to basic salary, they have given increment. Now we'll see what is the increment information. His last drawn basic pay rupees 25,000. So that is in the month October 2019 he received. In the month October 2019 he received 25,000 as a basic salary. Next, his increment amounting to 2,000 fell due on 1st September every year. So his increment started from September 2019 every year. Every year his increment will be starts from 1st September. It means that in the September month he received the value what he received even in the October month. So the same value 25,000 he received. So in the preceding month August he received without increment. So we have to deduct increment value, that is how much increment value 2,000. So 25,000 minus 2,000 is equal to 23,000 is the August month salary. So we have to take average pay, that is for 3 months salary we have to take. So the 3 month will be August, September, October. Total 73,000 is the average salary. Total 73,000 is a basic salary. So basic is 73,000, that is 25,000 into 2 plus 23,000 into, here if you want you can calculate like 25,000 into 2 equal to 50,000 and 23,000 into 1 equal to 23,000. So the total is 73,000 is a basic salary. Next, DA value given in the question, how much? 8,000. So here we have to take 3 month. Here we have to take 3 month DA. So DA will be 8,000 into 3. Next one is, here we have to take CCA. CCA 2,000 is given, city compensatory allowance. So 2,000 into 3 month, so 6,000. Then HRA 3,000 is given. So 3,000 into 3 month, 9,000. And the perquisite, after that bonus, we should not add bonus because bonus is not included for salary while computing retrenchment compensation. Next we have to take annual motor car perquisite. So perquisite they have given, that is motor car. The facility or a benefit given to employee is a motor car here. So annual value of worth of this benefit is 9,600. So this is annual, we have to take only for 3 months. So into 3 divided by 12. So that is 2,400. So the total salary will be for 3 months. Total salary for 3 months will be 1,44,400. Now we have to calculate average salary. So average salary is equal to 1,14,400 divided by 3 is equal to 38,133 is the average salary or average pay. So now we have to take this value here, average pay 38,133 into completed year of service will be we have to take 16 year as a completed year of service. We should not include the part of the month, because the part of month is not exceeding 6 months. So we will get value 3,05,067. Among these three criteria, we have to take whichever is least. So the least value will be 3,05,067. So the least value will be exempt under section 10 subsection 10b, and the balance value, how much, 4,936, is a taxable retrenchment compensation. So this is about the retrenchment compensation.